I have no idea where I just put my pan or knife. There it is. Right here. So we can start this off by telling you that you're probably learning the most important skill for taping. Most full professionals are going to disagree with me, and they can go ahead. But by the time this video is done, you're going to agree with me too. The screws. That's right, the screws. This is how I normally do it. That is not how I'm going to show you. Now, one thing I can tell you is I'm not going to show you this. I'm using a 5-inch knife. A lot of guys don't know any better. They'll use a 2-inch knife or a 3-inch knife. You don't want to do that. But then you see them, they go like this. And then they like that, and so on and so forth. You can't tell right now because I actually did a pretty decent job of it, and I'm not using a 2-inch knife, but that leaves an ugly lump. I'm going to show more of what I usually see. Something like that is what I see frequently. If you love to sand and you want to sand all the paper around that, you go right ahead and leave it like that. But that's the last time I can ever do that, I hope. Now, this is how I was taught. On sideways, then down. Excellent reasoning for that, but we're not going to do it that way either. What I can tell you is though, is you don't want to put it on and take it off in the same direction. Half the time the mud will not cover the full screw, half of it will just simply sag right out, okay? So anyways, we want to make this look professional, okay? And it's really nice to do. You don't go sideways and up, down. And that's invisible. We're going to have to come back to that in about 5 minutes when this is dried. It makes a nice teardrop shape. I can tell you flat out, when you do this, somebody's going to walk in and think amateur right away. So obviously, that would look more professional, or in some cases, you might use a regular screw spotter. So let's keep doing these and see what these screws are like. Got a bad one already. Is that showing up in the camera? That's called a flashing screw. I can push on it and it's fine. It's not popping. It will pop. I can tell you right now, 6 months from now, the lumber back there is going to dry up, it's going to shrink, and now all of a sudden there's going to be a little loose spot between the drywall and the 2x4. Don't wait for that to happen and have people call you back 6 months later for 50 pop screws. Give it a quarter turn, maybe a half a turn, and you're fixed. So let's continue. I'm going to just do a few teardrops just so you can take a look at it. Right there is where the drywaller missed the screw, and he did a very nice job of pulling it out, so I should be able to go right on top of it. This drywaller also left a lot of flashing screws, so there's going to be a lot of that screwdriver coming out. Don't worry, people. There's more to learn. We go to this one here. This one, they did not pull it out, and this piece right here is flapping. Just simply take the butt end of your knife and give it a little twist. Sometimes you have to get it in, but it'll go. Now, another one. When we do our work, and not everybody does this, but this is, again, if you want to do the best quality job, this is my personal preference. Screws get done after the coat. It's the very last thing you do. We ran all the tapes, did not do screws. Then we did all of these joints. Now we do the screws. Guess what? This doesn't look very good right there. You fix that up. And you fix that up too. Anything in there? Maybe not. Also, we use screws not just to do the screws, do the touch-ups. That's our whole observation. We're looking at the entire sheet. Is there a drag line up there? We call them draggers usually. You know, is there something wrong on the ceiling? Is there anything that can be fixed and touched up? This is your opportunity, and you get 2 opportunities to go through the whole job. So let's go to this plug right here. This one is really, really close. The rule is on the sides they're overcut if it's more than a 1/4 inch, and on the bottom a 1/2 inch. Now I wouldn't be surprised if let's see if I can go down there. I'm betting that the cover plate's going to come down to right there. So I could probably get away with just stuffing a little bit of mud in there, but I'm not going to do that. So now that the mud has dried, you can see that teardrop shape a little better. It's just a little bit more aesthetically pleasing, and well, everything about taping is about appearance. So why not? This method is just as quick as like that. Anyways, we're gonna get back to this row of screws right here. I'm wearing my penknife knife along it. It's not necessary. I'm just simply doing that just because. Now, they don't need to be sanded. I mean, if you've made a mess of them, if you've got debris kicking around everywhere, the last thing in the world you want to do is coat on top of that debris. It's just more sanding. And if you have a little bit, scrape it off. If you really have to rough sand your screws, I don't like rough sanding screws. You'll find very quickly that the dust. Let's just do a quick finish coat of these screws right here. My son took off with all their 6-inch knives, so I'm going to do a second coat with a 5-inch knife. I recommend 1 inch wider than the first knife that you use. And again, use the 5. I'd rather be using a 6 right now. Some people will just use a 4-inch putty knife for both coats. What I like about this, making them a little bit wider, is it's not a double layer that you're sanding down anymore. It's only that last finish coat, which is impossible to see on a camera right now, and there's hardly anything to sand. And if you want to do that teardrop shape, once again, check your plugs, just like we did before. Some of these things, as I mentioned repeatedly, seem annoyingly tedious, take a long time. In the end, these things will save you time. Other things that I might want to do is, let's see, with the camera, get this butt joint maybe a little bit. Sometimes I just want to tie in right there or up there, but that's pretty much it. So let's take a look and see how much sanding is actually needed on these screws right here. And the plug. If you ever have stuff sticking out, you should really push it inwards. You don't want to knock it off and chip it further. Just for the record, sanding is our favorite part of the job. We're not lying here, it's our favorite part. Unless, of course, conditions were not ideal and we did a substandard job and then we're touching up a lot. Then we don't like sanding so much. But hopefully that's not going to happen too many more times in anyone's future.